Good morning, YouTube, and today I'll be profiling my Rock deck profile for you. It's a deck I really like a lot, and I'm about to send it off, and so I figured I better do one last deck profile. Starting off with the monsters, I have my personal favorite, guy who played Earth Giant. He has any monsters attack the battles with him, and he gains it. And to bring him out, you have to banish 2 rocks from the graveyard, and it's a high upkeep, but it's worth it in my opinion. He looks awesome. I have 2 Mega Rock Dragons. This guy can also get big by banishing stuff from the graveyard, but he also works for rank 7 play that I'm also going to show you here in a moment. But other than that, he's just a fantastic beater or defender. Next, one of my other favorite techs in the deck is called Castle Gate. This is a strange one. Whenever it's in attack position, you can tribute off a monster and inflict that attack damage, original attack, to your opponent's life points. And secondly, he cannot be destroyed by battle. All in all, he's just like, he's a big dude. And you can't get over him unless you use a monster effect. Yeah. Next, this is going to seem very similar to any rock stun player, but I just call this pure rocks. I run 3 Quackamoo Overload. He negates summons, the Wall, which negates spells, 2 of the Guardian, which negates monster effects, and 2 Sandman, which negates traps. Moving on to bring them back, I have 2 Block Golems, which can bring 2 back, which can go to an instant rank 4, or he can just give you more power on the board later on. Either way, it's just fantastic. Bring back any rock, which is good, even even if you aren't using the Quackamirus. Next, I have 2 Legendary Jujutsu Master. Whenever he's attacked in defense position, your opponent's monster is sent back to the top of the deck, even if it's destroyed at the end of the damage step. This is great to get rid of like pesky XCs or big boss monsters or whatnot. Next, I have 2 Golem Sentry. This is essentially like a penguin soldier you can use every turn, but with just one monster. You can normal summon him, flip him back face down, flip him face up, flip him face down. So once per turn deal where you can flip him back face down, but that's still worth it. Plus the 18 defense is pretty decent to not get over. I have 1 Fossil Dyna. I might consider running 2 if I were you, but it's cool at 1. I like it, and it's a nice little surprise. And rounding up our monsters, we have a Neospatian Grand Mole. He pops monsters. Pretty self-explanatory. And to protect all of our monsters, we have Catapult Zone. What this does is whenever your opponent attacks a rock monster, I can send a rock from the deck to the graveyard to protect it from its destruction. This is great if you want to keep your Quackamirus from being destroyed by battle, so you can save their effects, because a lot of times they'll try and battle over it. But either way, you'll just send this to the graveyard and prevent it from happening. It's great if you want to keep your Golem Sentry live on the board, or Jujutsu Master. It's great for those reasons. And I do a little bit of searching in a deck. I've tried out the Diamond Core Quackamirus. It's a great searcher and if you don't have a rock in your hand, this defends them the end phase. It's kind of a deck thinner. Yeah. I run 3 Solidarity. This is fantastic because if you have any rock in the graveyard plus a Quackamiru or any rock, like this guy will be 27 with just 1. And if you have more, that's even more of a boost. It's fantastic tech choice in my opinion, and in terms of attack, it might get a little excessive, but I see it more if I had 3. I run the Double Dark Hole. Why not Raigeki? Because it's in another deck. And I like Double Dark Hole, because you can do it. You can do it. While we do a little bit of searching, I do run Triple Mistake, because I don't like my opponent to search. And searching is kind of relevant nowadays, and if anything, it slows down your opponent drastically. 2 Quaking Mirror Forces. This is great, especially with an offensive deck. Switches them back to face down defense position. I mean, it's a rock card in general. It's Quaking, but either way, some people would argue this is the best, Danny. But it's a fantastic card in general. And if you're running anything that can run back row and run effectively, this is a good card to have in. I run 2 of the regular Mirror Force because why not? 1 Vanity's Emptiness, 1 Bottomless Trap Hole. Those are pretty self-explanatory. This is a lot of F your opponent. I run a Labyrinth of Nightmare. This is a personal check choice that I've done for a long time. It works especially great with Castle Gate. You can tribute off your opponent's monster end phase. It gets switched to defense position. Anything if it's like a Book of Moon, kind of, but not switching the face down defense position. What's another, like Windstorm, Etika, enemy controller, anything. This is mandatory at the end phase, and it makes people have to rethink the game. In one sense, it kind of is like Magic, in a sense where you have to decide who you're going to attack with and then who you can block with next turn. Either way, it's a fantastic card, and I like the way it looks. It's probably one of my favorite trap cards ever, just because it's a fun little tech and it changes the entire way the gameplay is. Alright, moving on to our extra deck, we have a number 55 Go 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 Goliath. This is essentially the same thing as Block Golem, but it gives you an extra boost in terms of attack and defense. It's pretty cool. I like him. It's Earth specific for his secondary effect, which makes him, an almost one. And he's a rock. Dagusto Emerald, which is exactly a rock. Self-explanatory there. Dark Rebellion, 103, 101, 82, Gaga Cowboy, times 2. And a Anti-Luminescent Knight, Castell, Steelstorm Roach, Abyss Dweller, because we don't like graveyards. Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon, if you know me, I run this in just about everything. And a Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon. This is number 1 because Red Eyes is my favorite, like one of my favorite cards, if not the favorite. The way you can go into him is with this Mega Rock Dragon. If you say you only have 2 of your rocks in graveyard, and you just banish both of them, even though he'll only be at 700, and that's all you can go for. This is an excellent standby if you don't have anything else to go for, and it's possible to go for, so why not throw it in there, especially because we have a lot of room in the extra deck. Alright, thank you very much for watching my this isn't Grave. This is Rock deck profile. I hope you pick up the deck. This is a little bit different than Rock's done. There's so much Rock support coming out in the form of like Block Dragon, Tremids, and even
Magnet
Warriors, which is probably one that I'm going to pick up myself, and even after I get rid of most of this deck. So anyway, rock. Yeah.